so if everyone could please go around and introduce themselves. We'll start with you.
Mark Sweeney.
Yes.
Michael Young.
Leave it to Beaver? No,
You're up.
so.
You're up, Bobby.
So we have our new board member, Bob Salvo.
Rosemary Dolan, associate member.
Okay. Sharon Rice.
Audrey Moschella.
Heather Cregan. Janice Roberge.
Okay. So Janice is hoping to join us when we get a seat. Things are moving, Carol. They're moving.
Yeah.
All right, and then I have, so that's the agenda. I hope I have enough of these. Try that way and that way.
Said they couldn't come.
I'm sorry?
Did Rob and Tiffany say they couldn't come?
Neither one of them responded to me,
I would take that as a yes.
so that would be a no. They did not respond, so they do not know. Okay, lots of handouts tonight.
Oh my goodness, it's like school.
Yeah. Alrighty, so would you like to lead the meeting, or would you like me to lead the meeting? Ms. Chair?
You can lead it. That's
Okay.
fine, since we have, you have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do have a lot to talk about. Oh, hello, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Okay. Can we send down a set of pages to Rob? This is Janice, this is Rob Kerr, one of our board members. So Janice works in the treasurer's office, and she is hoping to join the board once the dust settles and we have a seat for her, so, okay.
Are you?
And do you know Bob?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Everyone else knows each other? Good. Alrighty. So the first order of business is if we could please take a vote. We voted at the last meeting, or you voted at the last meeting, to elect Audrey as our chair, but we neglected to give her signing authority for invoices. So if someone would like to put forth that motion,
Make a motion.
okay?
I'm not gonna do it, but I'll start this thing.
That's fine, that'd be great. Seconded by Mark. And shall we take a vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Everyone? Okay. Alrighty, thank you. So if you would please sign, all those of you who voted, so I have something to submit to the accounting office.
Make sure you give me the proper wording for the minutes.
Can you say that?
Don't I need proper wording in it?
Yes, I will give that to you. Thank you for the reminder.
Sure. She can-
Okay. And the town manager has asked that I poll the board to get your opinion on remote meetings, so remote participation for meetings. How do you feel about that? So in other words, some of us could be here, some of us might be on FaceTime, or some of us could be on, it really wasn't any specific medium.
On the phone.
I guess that could be a possibility. It could be Skype, I guess. I don't know. It could be a bunch of things.
It'd have to be a conference call, like a number, or a video conference call. So that would be the next step. I think it's, first is how many people are interested, and if we are, how do we go forth doing that?
I don't know if there's any plans to buy any new technology to allow us to do these things, because I have visions of little phones in front of all your spaces. You're all looking at me.
A comment on it?
Sure.
Mansfield has it, been at a couple of their meetings.
How do they do it? Do they?
Board of Selectmen, they'll have a vote and they'll have it on speaker. The whole audience can hear it and then call them on the phone. However, I don't know which line they use, but they have a phone line through the speaker and they can talk back and forth to each other while they're discussing that.
Is it Board of Selectmen meetings like that? Wow.
It was at one of the rec meetings that they had for the, the regionalization meeting, so that was that they used it on.
So it worked?
It did.
Yeah?
And they, in Florida, at the Board of Directors meetings, if people can't be there, if they're home and up north, they also are on speakerphone, yeah, and it works.
Okay. So we have a couple of people in support. Any other thoughts?
I don't really have like a opinion in support or not, but I almost think like if you weren't gonna make a meeting, wouldn't it be because like you're tied up doing something else, you know what I mean? So wouldn't you be unavailable to, like, I don't know about anybody else, but chances are if I can't attend,
You're busy.
I'm busy, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be able, you know.
Yeah, that's possible. I know we had an issue with weather one time, and I think we had to close. Did we have them? Did we have it? No, we canceled, right? It was right when I first started. So that might be an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's a snowstorm or something like that.
Yeah, if you're traveling, I don't know.
Yeah, just thinking when I'm in Florida for January, February, March, and April. I could
Stop
still-
bragging.
You're talking just for the board meetings, for 4 meetings a year?
Yes, that,
All meetings.
it could be either or. Really, to do it for a committee meeting, that isn't an issue, because committee meetings, they really don't have many rules. We could have them anywhere, we could have it at someone's house or a restaurant, it doesn't matter. But to have a meeting where things are voted upon, right now, the rules don't allow us to do that remotely. So I guess, are we for it, or?
And does anybody want to take it under advisement and to look into it further for the next meeting, or?
Well, I mean,
Forward now.
I believe the Board of Selectmen will make the decision whether it's permissible, but they just wanted some feedback from the different.
I mean, for us to make a decision.
Oh, sure. Okay, we'll do
I
that.
mean, it would be good for inclement weather. That's the only other time they get to do it.
Okay.
Are other boards doing it?
As far as I know, the Conservation Commission decided it wasn't something they wanted to pursue, or that they would be interested in doing it. I don't know about the other boards. Okay, so we'll take it under advisement.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to vote for it tonight, I mean, I have no problem with it either way, I mean, because if I'm home sick and I need to participate, I don't mind doing it while I'm at home. I mean, if
yeah.
I'm available to come here, I should be able to make a decision when I come here.
Right. But sometimes it's a challenge to have a quorum, so it would be a good thing to, if you weren't feeling well. So,
For it,
So
Okay.
tentatively for it, as long as there are rules to prevent abuse.
correct. I mean, you can't stay home every meeting.
Right.
I'm for it, because that would give me.
You're
an
ruining my plans to be a
opportunity
hermit
attend.
forever.
right.
Yeah,
While
it's
you're
a
in Florida.
perfect situation for.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
somebody like you.
Rosemary,
Yeah,
exactly.
it would be ideal.
Because that's the reason I got off the recreation.
Yeah, because you-
Even though I come to the meetings when I'm home.
Yeah, yeah.
It's because I wasn't able to, I missed 3 consecutive meetings and, yeah,
Okay. So we'll try to avoid that.
okay.
Okay, so we'll say tentative yes, lots of support, and need some guidelines.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to Founder's Day, I finally have some totals. After all is said and done, we have a balance in our account of $9,381.48. And I believe we started before our fundraising last year at $9,300. So we pretty much spent what we raised, and still have a nice healthy balance for next year. So that includes police and fire. Those are bills that I really don't know what they would be. So those came in, and I think everything is in. So
Everything's paid?
everything is paid, yes.
You know.
Yes, unless something comes from left field that I didn't anticipate, but everything, fireworks, everything is covered. Fire and police.
Do you have fundraising that night or anything like that?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
Did you total fundraising from that night?
Yes, this is all money that's been deposited in, so it's what's in the account, and it pretty much stays dormant while we're not actively adding or taking
Was
away.
there a number that night?
What do we have, 678 or something like that?
Your cans were like 678.
Okay.
So,
Your can in particular was $500 and something.
yes. So we're gonna put
See
it,
how I'm fishing for that compliment.
I know, that's why I'm here to give it to you.
Thank you. Mine was more than Carol's, right?
Carol's a hustler.
We're gonna turn this into a competition.
yeah, well, hey, if it brings more money in, that's a good thing.
Through the field, crazy.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, after
So Rob, I'm glad you came, because this next bullet was for you.
Okay.
Those stages were a beast to transport, especially once you, I mean, they were fine on the tar, but once you got onto the grass, they're really heavy.
Yeah, really, yeah.
And the wheels would sink into the dirt. Do you think it's worth investing in boards of some length? I don't know. So obviously something we could carry. There could even be plywood that we could lay, put a board down and then put another board in front of it, and as the, you know what I'm trying to say?
Like lay a path of plywood down?
Yes.
From the.
Right, but only 2 boards. So you'd roll it onto the first board from the cement,
And then move that.
and then when it gets to.
I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I mean,
You're talking just the transportation, not
just to get it, well,
Not to lay it down
not
and
a
then,
subflooring.
correct. No, right, this is just to get it to move on the dirt.
I mean, I think a bigger issue was having to move it at nighttime when it was dark and you couldn't really see what you were doing. I mean, it was one of those things where it was supposed to rain, so we had to move it that night
Yeah.
rather than wait the next day on the cleanup.
Well, the reality is that in order for us, since Founder's Day is always on a Saturday, if we want to wait until the next day,
We'd have to
there's
pay
no
a janitor,
janitor on
right,
duty. We
right.
would have to have a janitor to come in and, of course, pay for him, specifically to get that in. We would also have to get the volunteers to lift that stuff.
Yeah.
The lighting, I know, was an issue.
Yeah, I
We'll
think-
certainly take care of that next year.
Yeah, I mean, as long, I think, obviously we need lighting for next year. I mean, if we're talking 2 sheets of plywood, then sure, we can try it.
Well, if you think
know
that
what I
would
mean?
be
It's-
sufficient to hold the weight, and I'm just trying to find a way to make it easier.
I mean, honestly, I think it's gonna turn that project into a longer, it's gonna take a long time. All right, move a plywood, now push, now move that plywood, now push, you know what I mean? It's gonna take forever to get those into the school rather than,
I have a question.
yeah.
Okay.
So, you always use the highway department dump truck for rubbish. Trash,
Yes.
right? So why can't we borrow one of their trailers, empty trailers for the day, just to transport those across the grass at night, right?
Well-
After it's,
Well, we
Yeah.
could.
you don't
That's a
have to
great
carry
idea.
them. Just throw them right on the trailer and just track over there.
Throw them on the trailer and then
With
drive
pipe
around
on
into
this.
the, yeah.
You're gonna put it on a trailer, bring it right here. Wherever
Where do
it's
they go?
stored.
No, they're stored at the
Stored at
school.
the school.
School?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, the issue is that they're,
Issue, yeah, basically there was no light, it was dark out, we had no light.
We can have Ray stay just that much longer.
correct, yes.
And he would.
'Cause that
Yeah,
was
he
the first
would.
time, so he
Right, right.
he
Yeah.
just wanted to get out of Dodge.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
I think going the trailer route would be
Yeah, that's
a
better.
much better idea than the plywood route.
if they can't do it, I'll let you guys borrow one. for the
Yeah.
weekends.
well, they give us a truck. I'm sure they would give us a trailer. I'm not sure I'd want to drive it with the trailer. I'd let somebody else do that, but I did like driving the truck.
Yeah, you did so well.
I did, yes, but put a trailer on the back, I don't know. Yeah, but that's a great idea. Okay, awesome. Okay, so you have a sheet there, each of you. So it says Recreation Commission Event Sign-Up Sheet. And what this is a list of the events starting the 21st of September and running through the Egg Hunt, which is March 28th. Of 2020. So I put tentative times here of when I will need assistance, or we will need assistance to get these events going. Some of them are very long days, so I made notes that it's like shifts. So even though it's like 10 to 8, I'm not looking for a volunteer from 10 to 8, although if someone is available, that's great. But, if you could take 10 to 2 or whatever. So if you would please put your names on these and let me know, sign up for anything that you would like to be a part of. And this will be really helpful as I try to pull together and finalize things, so I know who's available, whose hands I can count on, and
I think we should go over a few of them with you guys.
Absolutely.
Just so you know what you're looking at. So like the first one, the Craft and Vendor Fair, we've been working with Life Church to get this going. So we're going to be using their fields and setting up a vendor fair there. Really, right now we're over at 30 vendors. For help for us, it's really just standing there directing vendors where to go, where they're setting up, answering anybody's questions, just kind of being the body there. It's kind of taking cues from Foxborough.
Yes.
That's a new one on there. Sharon can talk into the Family Fun Walk, because you know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so the Family Fun Walk is actually a pretty easy event-wise, very light lifting. It is a joint event with the Council on Aging and the Conservation Department. It's over at Camp, it's no longer Camp Edith Reed, it's the Edith Reed Conservation Land. We are going to have an open house. We're going to have a DJ, we're going to have some snacks, we're going to have a guided, you need pens? All set? Oh, thanks. A guided nature tour, and it's for the family, for all ages. So since there are 3 departments that are contributing to this, it's really light lifting, and that's about it. So the event is actually 11 to 1.
Does
Then
anybody else need a pen?
I'll take it.
the paint day
As long as you
party.
get it back to me.
So the paint day party is going to be at the senior center, but it's not just for seniors. It's an all-day kind of thing. We're doing paint parties for different age groups. So we're starting off from 10 to 11:30 for toddlers, and then so that would be 11 to 12:30 for, I can't remember, maybe 7 to whatever age, and we're climbing the ladder as the day goes on. So we'll end with a session for 18 plus. Unfortunately, these usually include wine, but we cannot have any alcohol on premises. So I don't know how successful the adults will be, but I think for the kids, it would be it'll be popular, I hope. And on that same day, we have a cornhole tournament at the VFW. So as you can imagine, it's hard to be in 2 places at once, so I really need help on the 12th.
Which do you think you need more help at? The cornhole or
Well, the paint day party, what's her name? The one that's
Her name
heading
is
it.
Natasha McKay.
So there's somebody that's going to be in charge and heading, actually taking care of the projects and the painting and that business aspect of it. I think we're there more as like support and helping organize.
Yeah, so she needs one person.
I can be
at
there
all
9 to
times.
11. I'll just,
Okay. So, yeah, so if you could, so again, we can do shifts. As long as she has one person, that's all she needs, but she does need at least one person. And then I think if we don't have enough interest, we have to pre-register for that because she needs to buy the supplies and the canvases and whatnot. So if there isn't enough registrations, then we would cancel a session. So we'll see how that plays out.
Cornhole.
Yeah, so the cornhole tournament is at the VFW. It's being run by Andy Gomes, who's the fire department. And registration, I'm sorry?
I said Rick Gomes' son, I haven't seen him in years.
So registration's at 11, and we'll start at 12. It's a 32-team double elimination, 30% cash prize payout with the top 3 teams. So Andy will bring everything. All I need to do is collect the registrations, and we need to have them sign, everyone has to sign a waiver when they start. So it's 2-person teams.
I signed up for that, so whoever else
Okay.
wants to do it.
Awesome.
And I signed up for the other open house day.
Oh, awesome, okay.
Sure
Then,
it is.
Parade we'll get into because we have a
yeah,
lot to
so
talk
there's a
about.
lot to talk about the parade. See,
But we've piggybacked on the parade this year. So since we've been partnering with Life Church on this vendor fair, we've also come up with this idea to do a trunk or treat on their grounds later on in the day. So we can kind of go into details when we talk more about the Halloween parade later.
Sure.
But that's what that is. So it would be Halloween parade during the day, take a couple of hours break, then we'd be on their grounds, setting up, doing a trunk or treat.
Yeah, a little bit of a haunted house and a Halloween party kind of thing.
Some of the things are like if any of the floats want to participate, they can go on the grounds and keep their float set up while the trunk or treat's going on. So if they don't want to just dismantle their float and they want to keep the hype going for the day, they can go there. But we can get into that.
Sure. I put on here food collection for Cupboard of Kindness for the week, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. But since putting this on here, I've learned that there are many, many organizations here in town that do something similar. So I don't know that it's needed as much for Thanksgiving as it might be needed at some other time of year.
It's been my experience that they tend to need to replenish right after Thanksgiving, so it might actually be better to do something whatever the week following Thanksgiving is.
So the beginning of December or something? Yeah,
I don't
okay.
remember when Thanksgiving falls, but we may want to consider
It's the
that.
28th. It's the day before my birthday. Just saying.
Are you trying to send a subliminal message here?
Yeah, I guess. I'm not a turkey.
So we should show up with a birthday cake?
Oh, maybe. That would be awesome. Chocolate, please. So, Cupboard of Kindness. Okay.
Oh,
So
I gotta
early
put these back
December.
too.
Okay. That sounds good. And my thought there was just to put out collection bins and advertise that we're doing it. I don't know if there's anything more than that, you know, I know that Roach Brothers has one all the time. The schools do a big, I guess each school does a certain kind of food for the collection. So one school might do stuffing, the other do canned goods and whatnot. So I don't know where else we could do this other than the town hall. Maybe the banks would let us have a box. But,
I'm sure that Northeastern Savings would, they're very supportive
yeah,
of us.
okay. So
But
we
I'll
will-
ask Pat when I see her.
Sure. So for the Festival of the Lights, because Thanksgiving is so late this year, it's usually the first Sunday in December, but the first Sunday in December is actually Thanksgiving weekend this year. So we've pushed it out to the 8th. So the week prior, Audrey has been collecting donations. Trying to. We're looking for Christmas trees and additional Christmas lights or holiday lights to kind of enhance what the highway department puts up. From what I understand, they are only allowed to put up to a certain height. So we're gonna try to get some bucket trucks and go higher. And try to just make it more festive. So we will need some assistance that week to supplement what they
What kind of
do.
trees are you looking for, like Christmas trees?
Yeah, you know, somebody, like Sonia's donating hers, she has a 7-foot pre-decorated tree, but we have lights that we could put on it if,
So you want a big tree?
Like
Yeah, I guess.
artificial. Probably be better. I mean, I think there's 2 trees that are there, like permanently,
There's
like
one
2
inside
pine.
the house. 'Cause it's-
yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it needs some help. It's pretty sad when you drive by and
It's the suckiest.
Yeah.
Sorry, camera.
it needs help.
I feel like chintzy, you know, I feel like we're cheating the residents. and-
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're trying to build on that, and we'll see. We'll see how the budget stands. There might even be some money to actually buy something, which would be nice.
I'll look
No,
and
we
see,
did,
because I don't
Nicole
put
did
up a
buy some
Christmas
lights
tree.
last year, right?
Yeah,
The
she
outside
said,
of the rails?
yeah,
Yeah.
she did buy some. But it's,
Where are they? Highway must have them.
yeah, I don't know, we'll have to find out.
Yeah.
We'll have to find
Probably
them.
downstairs somewhere.
They're not in the closet, because I've been through every part of that closet, so the only ones I have are what Audrey collected. So if you know of anyone getting rid of Christmas lights, please
What
grab them.
time on the Festival of Lights?
You'll have a lot of
5.
Christmas lights with Butch Rich.
Which,
Yeah, hundreds and thousands of them. I mean, I'll actually reach out to his nephew, Jonathan,
Yeah.
to see if there's still any stuff available.
oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember, you know, he lit up the whole town with it. So
Yeah.
I'll
Wow.
ask.
That'd be great. You have a bucket truck? Okay.
I have a Festival of Lights
Sure.
logistics question.
Yes.
So moving it back a weekend to that second Sunday gives a more compressed timeline for Santa letters.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to start accepting them like December 1st?
We can accept them anytime. I don't see that there's a reason to not accept them.
Yeah, they can put them in the mailbox. in the
I-
mail slot.
The
Yeah.
mailbox usually goes out on the common when we do the lights, from what I understand. Last year was my first one. so-
Yeah. So is it a slot in the house, or is it a separate mailbox?
Well, they have a separate mailbox, but there is a slot
I don't know where they
under
go.
one,
I
under
just
the
know that
window on the right-hand side.
If we want them mailed
Yeah.
to arrive before Christmas, we need to
Yeah.
make sure that we have all of them by like the 21st, which doesn't give a whole.
Yeah, that actually is cutting it really close, the
Ton of time.
21st. But if there's a mailbox, we could get the mailbox out anytime.
Okay,
Is there an actual mailbox?
I think so.
I think so.
I don't know, yeah. I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's on the side.
But I know that there's a slot on the
Sand
side,
shed?
on the sand shed, yeah.
That's okay.
There's a slot, and then inside there's a little thing.
Yeah, but we wouldn't want to put the Santa house and have people out there before the actual festival. But the mailbox we could put out.
We put that right up in the corner.
Yeah, I would imagine.
If we don't have the mailbox, we go in the mailbox. I'll make sure.
Okay. That'd be good,
Like
thank
you.
you. Yeah.
So, the week before,
Yeah, so the week of the 2nd, I
we
just,
can put the mailbox up as well as the lights.
yeah, just get that out. And as we start to promote the event, we can put on there that the mailbox will be available, whatever date.
I just wanted to make sure, because last year, there was maybe 3 or 4 days to turn around all the letters.
Oh,
How
can't do
many-
that.
That was a lot.
How
Yeah.
many letters did we actually do last
There
year?
were 35 letters sent to 19 addresses.
So,
Because multiple children to a house got one mailed up to
Okay.
them. So that nothing got lost in the mail. And one kid didn't get something while the siblings did.
oh,
So what did you do, I'm sorry?
So
Wow.
if there were like 3 kids to a family,
Uh-huh,
all 3 letters went in one envelope.
okay,
so
oh, that's
that
good, yeah.
yeah.
So that, you know, one child's letter didn't go missing while everybody else got theirs.
Yeah, or
That
2
doesn't
didn't
make-
arrive on Monday and 1 arrives on Thursday.
That doesn't
and
make for
yeah.
a happy Christmas.
No, that's
Lessons
true.
learned.
Okay, good idea.
So, we can give that number to, Life Church guy.
Steven?
Steven. And see if that's doable. When we had a meeting with Steven from Life Church, he is very welcoming with volunteers. And they really want to partner with the town and make a presence and just build a relationship. And they said that depending upon the number, he might have enough people to have handwritten letters. Like, that gives a little personal touch, not just a more generic letter.
Knocking.
Not knocking. But I
My
didn't
word.
know how many you had, so I said we have to check with Heather first, because if it's a lot, I don't think we can do that, but we'd have to see if that's doable for them.
I mean, it was doable to do as one person. It took a couple of days. But the only thing that absolutely has to happen is that if it's a household with multiple children,
Yeah.
each letter has to be different.
Yeah.
They cannot be,
Yeah.
like they can be a form letter, but it
Yeah.
has to have variance.
And that's what, he had mentioned that too.
I hope there are no children watching this right now.
I
I
highly
hope so
doubt.
too. They'd have to be under 8, right? So that's really.
Yeah.
No, there were some like 10 and 12-year-olds who wrote too. So, you know,
Okay.
right that age where you're like, I don't know if I believe you, but I'm gonna find out.
I'm not gonna take a chance.
I saved all the ones from last year, so I'll look at them.
Okay, that's
They were
good. Good. We need that. Okay, and then, so to kick off the new year, in those 2 weeks between the end of the football season and before the Super Bowl, I would like to do a pizza battle, and that's what I'm calling it at the moment, which is a wing fling for pizza. And I just heard through the grapevine that you were a judge for the Wing Fling for many, many years. So,
Yes.
yeah, so you can tell me really the ins and outs of how to run that
I
event.
enjoy it.
Yeah,
Can't wait till next year again, but
yeah.
I always get stuck with the hot wings. And I don't mind hot wings, I just don't like people playing games and like, they're so belligerent about wanting to win. They inject the wings with chemicals and
Wow.
it doesn't taste like a chicken.
What? Wow.
It tastes like chicken,
So they don't win?
but I pay for it.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you do.
Well, one did, one did.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, if you're gonna do like a pizza, fling type thing, are you gonna actually ask for vendors to come in and what you need to do is, it's gonna be new at it, so you don't know how many pizzas they should actually bring in, like the
Yeah.
wing fling thing. They have to come in with 125 pounds of chicken wings.
Oh, my. Wow. So that's a really expensive event.
750 people come, that's all the
Yeah.
tickets they sell out of it, 750 tickets.
Yeah.
And
How many different restaurants?
we got 18 this year.
18.
Where do they have it?
The Elks,
Elks.
Attleboro.
In
So,
Attleboro?
Attleboro. So you have $25 to eat, as much as you want, for $25. And then they have a, open cash bar. They raise a lot of money,
Yeah.
a lot of money.
So I was thinking pizza because there's so many pizza places here in Norton. I talked to a few. I talked to Norton House. They were interested, or they said they would do it. Main Street Pizza said they would do it, and there was another one I talked to, said they would do it. But I haven't really.
The way you thinking of having it?
So we could have it at St. Mary's, because they have plenty of space. They would, so again, no alcohol. So that's the difference between the Elks and, because I can't think of any space here in town that's large and has alcohol that wouldn't charge us a fortune. So St. Mary's would do like soda and water, they would sell all of that. And Ray would need to bring in some electricity if they wanted, things to keep the pizzas warm. And, there's plenty of space, so plenty of parking, easy to get to. I think everybody knows where it is. And it would be more family-oriented. I was thinking maybe like 2 to 4 during the day instead of like the Wing Fling is clearly for adults at night. So the same flavor, but a different kind of event. And, let the public vote. Everybody gets a ballot when they come in, and they pick their favorite pizza and get a couple of trophies and have categories.
They have like People's Choice Award. They have.
Yeah, because downtown, I saw that,
Best Gourmet, whatever. I mean, you could name whatever you wanted to have on it as far as entries. And then, vote accordingly with judges and so on and so forth.
so the judging for the Wing Fling, what category do you vote on?
Which ones did I vote on?
Yeah, like what prizes, I guess. So you didn't do People's Choice, that must
No, I
be,
mean, anything can be People's Choice.
right,
But usually People's Choice is already put into the ballot box before the judging goes on.
right.
It's just, that's before that. So
And the
I'll vote on People's Choice.
And so the prize, the ones that win the judge's prize, what is that called? Best, or, I
Yeah.
mean, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
best taste, best, whatever, however you want to perform it, you get best taste, best looking pizza, best,
Town's choice.
What was that?
Town's choice.
Town's Choice? Okay. So how many categories do you think we should have?
Pizza's kind of hard.
Yeah. Well, People's Choice, certainly.
Do like the judge's choice, the town's choice.
Yeah.
Children's choice.
I mean, you can have
And
general
if it's
stuff
You can
gonna
do
like
best flavor,
plain,
best gourmet.
Best presentation.
whatever.
Best specialty, best,
Yeah, best specialty,
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
gourmet, best flavor.
best vegetable, best
Best crust.
Worst
stuff
tasting.
like that. Best
Some
crust.
people, yeah, 'cause some people like the hard crust, and some like it soft.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first time around is gonna be a little challenging.
Keep it,
for
yeah,
us
maybe
to
not-
learn.
Yeah, just a couple of
just
categories.
a few, maybe
Yeah.
like
Three
three.
Categories, yeah.
Talent's choice, judge's choice, best specialty or best
Yeah.
cheese, and best specialty and best cheese, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would open it up to whoever, I would just.
You wouldn't limit it to Norton? No.
Because
Okay.
you'll be surprised, I mean, the more vendors, the more people you're gonna get there, and the more money we're gonna make.
That's right.
Just,
Because
you know,
they'll
Briggs
advertise
Farmer.
it at their place.
You
business.
got- You're gonna have it on a Saturday, you said?
I actually picked a Sunday, but it could be, I'm very,
Friday, a non-busier day.
Yeah, the
for-
Patriots
for
playing
most
that day?
restaurants.
no, it's after
Yeah.
football, this regular season, but
okay, so
before
we-
Super Bowl.
it's-
So I think it's, people are gonna be, I mean, we are weather vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, so more to come on that, but I like those ideas. We
Yeah.
certainly have a lot to build on there. The spring fling, so we had, last year, we were really shorthanded, and it was kind of a mess. A lot of people pre-registered and still had to wait in line for like an hour. And it's a 2-hour event, so we need to find a way this year to make that not happen. So having more volunteers is certainly a first step, and we can talk more particulars as it gets closer, but we will need a bunch of volunteers there for that. And then at the end of April, end of March, we have our egg hunt. So please put that on your calendar, Mr. Bunny. And you were great, and he was very silent. I will get the costume dry cleaned. I have it on the calendar already.
Silent Bob.
Yes. So if you would, you don't have to give it to me right tonight, but if you would, please get those forms back to me with your names on them and Rosemary, so I can, wow. Wish I could you send money this way too? Thank you.
My little book there, my little black.
Yeah, I might send it to you, I need to double check.
Okay, thank you.
I told her where I was staying.
Okay.
I thought you were just ready.
Unless I give her this now and then these
TBD.
ones, yeah.
Yeah, I know they're far away, so, okay. Rob, perfect, thank you.
Sharon, is this how it speaks to me?
I'm sorry?
Can I see my paper back?
The other paper,
please.
I think, has your the dates too.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, so the other one is for you to take home, and that has just the tentative schedule. And as Audrey marked here, the November food collection will change to December. And,
Thanksgiving, right?
sorry? It'll be after
Yeah, after
Thanksgiving, yeah. And then, you know, if there's not a lot of interest in some of these things, it might go away. If there's good ideas for adding things, we can always do that. We're really just limited by the number of volunteers we can get to staff these things. And I realize that the more events we do, the more I have to rely on you guys, because nothing can be run by one person. So it really needs to be a team effort. So I'm trying not to overwhelm anyone. We do have a new source of volunteers from, actually 2 new sources, Wheaton. I've been in touch with them and met with their community services director, and Life Church. So between the 2 of them, they have volunteers at different times of the year. It's not all the time, because obviously the college isn't in session. So that's important. And, okay, so, that one. Quarterly meetings, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna back up on one more thing. So these sign-up sheets also tell me who is interested in being on the committees to help pull these events together. So that means that when I start to plan the Festival of Lights, so Rob's name is on here, so Rob, you will get the emails. I'm gonna try to limit the meetings to be respectful of everyone's time, including my own, but, you know, you'll all be in the loop. So if you want to be in the loop, but you don't want to necessarily come to the event, you can make a notation on there, but if you sign up for it, you'll definitely get the emails and be invited to the meetings.
You don't need that tonight, because I have to check some things.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Dance behind me, we have skating rehearsal.
Well, you're a popular lady.
How do you manage it, Carol?
Yeah. Okay, so,
Things are 4 different things.
all right, so we talked about quarterly meetings. Heather had made a suggestion about, it was a difficult time of year to meet, and I can't remember what you said last year. You had no, last year you said Nicole was trying to schedule a meeting for a certain time. Was it around Thanksgiving or December or something?
December.
December. So we should avoid December.
But she was trying to do it for like the 18th, 19th.
Yeah, it was
which
like
is
the week before Christmas.
late.
Okay.
Which is just too much between
Yeah,
Thanksgiving to Christmas is just
Okay.
tough.
Impossible.
yeah. Well, 3 months from now is right before, it doesn't have to be exactly 3 months, but we could do the week before Thanksgiving.
I mean, if you wanted to base it off the end of fiscal quarters, you've got March, June, September, and December. So if you move it up a month, you're looking at February, May.
So you'd
August.
like to do it when our taxes are due?
Why not?
That's exactly when our
That's
taxes
what I
are due.
But, well,
Please, I have to write that down all the time.
if you, I live fiscal quarters, so if you do it something like that, then it's kind of easier to predict a pattern.
Okay?
But I mean, if you do August,
So
November,
are you saying that we should have another meeting next month?
no, I'm saying August, November, February, May.
Okay,
But
what do
the
people
early
think?
part of November.
I'm sorry?
The early part of November.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like the week before.
Oh, we could have an after the.
I mean, we could have it after we could have it on Sharon's birthday and have
That's
cake
right.
for her.
Yeah, we could do that.
But cake is
Don't
good
tell
at the
her, though.
beginning of November too, so it doesn't have to be at the end of November.
So you just celebrate a birthday month because I
Yeah.
support that.
I do,
Well done.
yes. Absolutely. So what do people think? August, November, February, May?
Yep.
Does that work?
August what?
August, November, February, and May.
Yeah, because I mean, May falls right before Founder's Day, so anything
Right.
big we can take care of before Founder's Day.
Yes.
February is before anything for Founder's Day gets underway, but it's also right before spring fling and stuff, and kind of after a lot of the events going on.
Yes, and we will have the committee meetings as well.
Right.
And this, so if we kind of stick to this schedule, I can look at dates and we can actually reserve them. But if anything needed to be voted upon, we would need to meet, unless we can do remote participation, but we can try.
I mean, we can always have special meetings if we need to.
Yeah, for the event meetings,
Yeah, those will be the
the
committee meetings.
major ones.
Okay. Annual event schedule was what I handed out already, so you're all good with that. And we talked about the pizza battle. Any thoughts on a Saturday or Sunday versus a Sunday, Saturday versus Sunday? Anybody?
Pizza? What do you got it up in July?
I'm jumping to the bottom of the agenda because I'm a rebel. I'm just taking care of the fast stuff. I think Halloween probably should be last on this list because there's a lot to talk about. So,
January 25th or 26th?
correct. So one's a Saturday, one's a Sunday. I just didn't know if anyone had opinions on, time of day, 2 to 4 sound right, 1 to 3, Saturday versus Sunday. I'm sorry?
Pizza's good any time of day.
That's true. It's good for breakfast too.
Doing it at St. Mary's, I think they have a 4 o'clock mass on Saturdays. Yep.
They do, yes.
So we might want to keep that in mind.
Yeah,
And the last mass
Don't
was
be
11:30.
rowdy. Good tip.
yes.
Well, you know that.
I'm sorry?
I said, you know the mass.
11:30
Yeah.
on Sunday,
They have,
right?
so,
you said 11:30.
yeah, the issue on Sundays is that they have CCD, Sunday mornings.
Children love pizza.
Yeah, but the families tend to wait in the gym where we'll be having this while their child is off having CCD, they wait
Right, and
there.
then you'd be trying to set up with them sitting.
Yeah.
And that's,
So, I mean, we can make it work. We'll have to see.
What time
but
does CCD end?
I think it ends for the 11 o'clock mass, but I'm not sure. It's in the morning.
Yeah.
So we would be fine in the afternoon. I would have to work with NEMA to try to pull together a team because there's literally 100 tables in there that would need to be broken down and chairs to be pushed aside, and, you know, we can leave some up for people to eat, but for the most part, they'd have to come down, so. But I think we can do it. I think we should just choose what we think will be busier.
There could be a conflict with other events, and sometimes they have a pancake breakfast type thing, avoid
Yeah.
in the afternoon, but
Yeah, no, but I would reserve it, so they wouldn't have anything. You know, I mean, they can't, I mean, obviously, well, I don't know that they have funerals on.
How much setup time do you need?
I'm sorry?
How much setup time do you need?
Well, it depends how many NEMA people we get, but
I'm just thinking.
couple hours,
To work
maybe?
it that way,
yeah.
which should be better Saturday or Sunday, because you can't get in there early Sunday to set up.
If we did it 2 to
They
4,
do
we'd be
after
okay.
Friday night's bingo, they put everything away.
No, the tables all stay
Tables
up.
stay up.
But, I mean, it needs to be cleaned and whatnot, so it's probably not finished until maybe 11-ish. So I wouldn't want to go in at 11 and set up.
No, so
But-
I mean, are the tables gonna be there, or we need?
Yeah.
Yes, we just,
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
They don't take them down because it's just way too much
Just-
work. Yeah,
Help set things up.
yeah.
Which day of masses draws more people?
The parking lot's always full.
The later masses.
Parking lot's full for both.
Because
Yeah.
Labor Day weekend, they go back to the regular.
So I'm sorry, so,
Labor Day weekend, they're going back to the regular masses.
Yeah, so the-
9:30, you know.
so you mean the Sunday masses are busier than the Saturday mass?
Saturday masses, really,
Really busy?
yeah.
So maybe we do it, so it would be before Saturday mass.
I mean,
If we did 2 to 4, it's a 4:30 mass.
that might be the better idea.
So then you have the whole
Because-
morning to set up.
Right. And that way, anybody who skipped breakfast for Sunday morning mass isn't gonna
Want to have pizza.
be super ridiculously upsetly hungry by the time the battle starts on Sunday. Because don't a lot of, growing up, when we went to Sunday mass, sometimes we'd go out to a late brunch after. Not late, but like brunch. And I don't know if people do that still. I don't know if, not real religious, so I don't know what is still done. I would assume people would go out for breakfast or an early lunch after, which would hinder people coming to an afternoon pizza battle on a Sunday.
Yeah, and you got to think about your vendors coming in and where they're going to be parking.
That too.
Well, that was why I kind of shied away from a Saturday, because I was thinking that the restaurants would be really busy on a Saturday night, and they would be
Right.
less likely to give up their staff to go out to something like this, which isn't gonna, I mean, it will get them, if they win, they'll get them some bragging rights, but it's not gonna put dollars in their pockets. Whereas, you know, so home plate, are they gonna send, you know, 2 staff members and 10 pizzas to, on a Saturday, or are they more likely to do it on a Sunday, a non-football Sunday?
When was the last mass on Sunday?
11,
11.
yeah.
Sounds
Really
like only
needs
by
to-
noontime.
Believe it or not, if you're gonna have it at 1, you really don't have enough time to do this. They need time to set up. It's at least 2 hours before
Yeah.
the actual event. People get there and set the tables up and organize.
I can still make that happen, so that would be all right. Yeah, because if we wanted to even go in the morning and do it, or have FEMA go, NEMA, sorry, not FEMA, that's a bad thing. You know, the people who are waiting could sit in the setup that we create.
You
you
can
know.
move back there anyway, so not like you know.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, you probably go make that work like that.
okay. All right, so we're back to 2 to 4 on Sunday, I think. Is that right?
Sure.
Okay. All right, and thoughts on admission charges? What we'd charge for people to go in? Do we need a family rate? Do we need, how do you know?
Like a per person, an adult rate.
Yeah, so I was thinking an adult rate, a kid's rate, and then maybe a family rate.
Yeah.
But,
Because you might
To be
have
able
a
to
family.
vote, you need as much as you can.
yeah, well, maybe we don't do a family rate, because
Yeah, I
some
think they're
families are
kind of-
3 and some families are 6.
Right, right.
Yeah, it should
I think
just be
you're better
adult.
off doing an adult and the kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like 10 and 5, should it be more than that? You know, you have 3 kids, what would you do? Would you bring them?
So what, $10 an adult, $5 a kid?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So that, would, you know, if you
doesn't seem
brought
like-
your wife, that
Yeah.
would be $35.
Right, right.
Well,
Probably
we
spend that
wanna
on
do,
a
like,
couple pizzas on a
Yeah,
Friday
yeah, I mean,
anyways.
that's not an outrageous price, you know?
free, because
Especially if you're gonna be
a lot
eating all
kind
you
of
can
thing.
eat.
Yeah,
Yeah, like what, 2 and under, or
Yeah.
what, 3 and under free?
Yeah, I'd say 3 and under free.
Yeah,
yeah,
because they take like 2 bites.
yeah, that's fine.
Or 80 and older.
We're getting your $10. Okay, that's good. All right, and, so I put on here Everett Leonard Park pool, ways to make it profitable. We're not really we're gonna kind of table that a little bit, move it to the next meeting, because I don't have the numbers. The season isn't over yet, so I have one more week, and I had a rental come in today. So, I don't really have firm numbers yet. But one of the ideas that I had was to, and I've actually started discussions with Swamp Donkey to see if they would rent out space. They'd be interested in renting space at Everett Leonard in the summer. When the pool's open, hot days, a couple hours, I think they'd do a killing. It's been so brutally hot. If there was somebody there selling ice cream, I bet you they'd sell out. But anyway, so we'll have to talk about that and what we should charge and all that other stuff, and if it's even a good idea. But
Did you ever think about bringing back the summer program?
the camp, I have, and I've done some research into it. However, honestly, my conclusion is that the town needs to support this department before I would happily do it,
Right.
but not the way
No.
I'm staffed right now. I'm sorry?
More money
Yeah, I need more money. I need,
to do it right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, and staff. I mean, I'm not even full-time, so,
Can't do it on crayons and dull pencils.
yeah, no one's gonna
Yeah.
pay money for that. And, but I have been gathering information, and so if things should change and there's funding and there's support for it, I've got a lot to draw on, but, yeah, I would like to do it, but, okay, so that brings us to, I have some little, so I met with Wheaton the other day, and they do a grab-and-go yard sale every spring, and the proceeds get divided by, I think, 2 or 3 charities that help staff the sale and help set up. So we've talked about Parks and Rec being one of the charities, but it would mean that we would need to help set up, help staff the sale, which is one day, right? It's one day, I think. And help get ready for it. So, I'm sorry?
I thought it was 2 days.
Yeah, I think it was 2 days. I think it's one day of like setting, like
It's
moving
usually like a
everything to the building,
Thursday.
and then-
Yeah.
Or Friday. It's during the week.
I must be confusing it with something else.
No, I think,
Because I thought there was
Well, it's-
2 days of sale, and
Yeah,
then
I
there's
think
one
so.
day of dragging stuff out of the
Yeah.
dorms.
yeah.
Or a day of sale, and a day of dragging stuff out of the dorms. I don't know.
Yeah, so how she explained it to me is, we would primarily need to clean things up, plug things in and do the testing, help price it and organize it, so kind of set it up like a store, and then actually staff the sale. I mean, it wouldn't just be us, but we would have to contribute to that.
Where is it?
It's at the Clark Recreation Center, right near where the baseball fields are. So there's parking right nearby, and so they plan everything there very, very far in advance. So if we are going to be involved, they just need to know that we're interested or not. And again, I need to find out from you if you're interested in pursuing this.
I'd be willing to help.
I
Okay?
think we should be, because I mean, we
Yeah,
can't
if we're
expect them to help us and not
And,
give anything
yeah, we
back.
never help them
Yeah.
back.
Oh, I would love
Yeah.
to. So this year it was May 23rd from 8 to 7.
So it was just
It's a
one day.
Thursday, yeah.
So then it was a day of
8 a.m.?
moving then.
8 AM to
I remember it being like a
7.
two-day thing that we
Yeah, I mean,
must
again,
have been
I
one
wouldn't
day.
expect anyone to
They
do the
needed
full
us to move things.
Yeah, well.
And then
Yeah.
the next day, whatever day was
It's
the
a way
same.
Yeah.
I think when it came up, it was too
6
Yeah.
to 8.
short of a notice.
But I could help.
Yeah,
them.
yeah, we couldn't do
Okay,
it.
great. So does people agree this is something we should
Yeah.
pursue? Okay. And I would guess that there would be another day in addition to this for what we discussed, so. Okay. I guess that is really about it right now. We can move on to Halloween parade. Now, I made a lot of copies. Here we are. Okay. So, as I'm sure you've probably figured out, I have never worked the Halloween parade before.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yes.
It is.
So,
Being a jerk, I really had a good time last year.
oh, good. So I'm
Hope
working,
that the gym is open.
well, we don't need the gym, we just need the parking lot.
Oh, yeah, as long as they let us in the
I know, but
Yeah.
they've been having their events
Yeah.
Yeah,
outside.
well, if
They
he
have-
closed
yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
out of that, maybe
Well,
it's,
Well, we shut down the parking, so they can't really use the gym anyway.
Yeah, the road's closed anyways.
So they can't go to work out in the parking lot.
But that
Yeah,
road,
dispute is
that road is
resolved.
not closed, isn't it? Isn't it one way?
we,
For the parade, it's closed.
yeah,
The Pleasant Street, like not Pleasant Street, what is?
we made it one way.
It's one way, it is open, right?
Yeah, people did go to work out last year.
Yeah.
But if we're using their parking lot for parking and for staging, then
But we might not even be allowed to use the parking lot
I
at
would
this
hope
point.
that they'd have
I
their
hope it's-
conflict resolved by
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
They're not still having classes outside the parking lot. I mean, I think this is a temporary thing. I don't,
I hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pleasant Street, we make one way, and then a lot of the people that are in the parade come down that street and go to the different areas where they are.
So I pulled out all of Nicole's paperwork from last year. There were a few things that people have anecdotally told me that need to be addressed this year, kind of like, make sure that people know they cannot come early. And that people need to clean up after themselves in the parking lots of these businesses.
they were all told that last week.
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
this is stuff that they were all told last year. I mean,
okay.
you can tell people,
Yeah, the guy
Till you
at
blue in the face and
the car
it's-
wash, he wasn't too happy. with it,
Yeah,
so.
I need to
the thing
talk
is,
to
those
him.
kids are so excited, they're eating the candy that's there, the wrappers get left behind, and then they go. And then
Yeah.
there's trash everywhere,
Candy
so
gets
it's,
run over in the street. I mean, there's some stuff that's unavoidable,
yeah.
but there's some stuff that is avoidable and people just choose not to
Yeah.
listen.
The other thing I was told is that Wheaton cannot assemble their float in the parking lot. That it was
Correct.
pretty disruptive and
Very.
problematic for us. What else, since I haven't been there and you guys have been through it, if we were to do things exactly as Nicole did them last year, which is what I intend on doing, by the way, unless people have suggestions to change it, why reinvent the wheel if it worked? But what else should we consider doing a little differently?
My one suggestion was about lining everybody up. If we're closing down Pleasant Street and making it a one-way, can we use Pleasant Street as a lineup? So we're not zigzagging through all these parking lots, can we just line people up in a straight line? That was my
Then you'd have to
only,
close it.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Couldn't
know.
have it.
I don't know if you can.
so you couldn't let,
You couldn't
yeah,
have.
no, I don't think that'd be feasible.
Parking lots are off the road, but
yeah,
there are still people
That
trying
were
to
going
go
through.
down that road the wrong way.
yeah.
I mean, there's still people trying to
Because
drive down.
the alternate is to go all the way around Richardson Ave and come around North Worcester, and it's a pain in the ass like. And the other, most of them wanted to go to fitness, whatever. it was.
1440.
Sorry. What's that? Planet Fitness or whatever it was.
Yeah.
1440.
Or whatever it was. That's where they wanted to go.
And there's no way in to that other than Pleasant Street.
No,
Correct.
that's the parking
Okay.
lots right
Yeah.
there.
And so if someone were trying to get to South Worcester Street, how do they get there? They'd have to go, so,
They go,
It was
They can
Shut-
get
I
there.
don't know how far.
123
Yeah.
doesn't get shut down.
123.
Oh, it doesn't get shut down the whole way?
Until it
Not-
gets started.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
till like
and then they
15
put
minutes
everybody
before or
down
something,
to
right?
Pike Ave.
Yeah, 20 minutes, right? What was it? We called it, somebody called
You know
it.
where Pike Ave is?
Yeah?
Okay, that's where they reroute people to get to South Worcester Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did someone just say that they don't close all of
They
123?
don't close it until we're ready to go, which is
Okay.
like 10 minutes before
Yeah.
it starts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody is lined up in, well, how they get set
Yeah, off
up
to the
in
side.
parking lots.
Uh-huh.
These group of people go here, these group of people park here, and then they pull out accordingly, and that's how they all follow along.
Yeah.
And those
Okay.
People cross at North Worcester and South Worcester.
They do?
Yeah, until to a certain point where the
When the parade
parade's coming.
starts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because obviously that's the biggest.
Intersection, exactly.
So then they'll finally call ahead and say, all right, shut it down.
And once the parade starts, they even shut off the road to the Attleboro Dome. Well, it used to be the Attleboro Dome.
I
That's
don't know where that
street.
is.
When you go down Pike and you take a left
Yeah, I know
to
what you're
South
talking
Worcester,
about.
they even stopped, because I wanted to go down there, and they said, you can't go down
Union
there."
Street? Oh, Union Street, is that what you're
Union
talking about?
Street, yeah. And I said,
They shut that.
I'm a
that's so
volunteer,
far
I need to
away.
get to the other end of the,
Yeah, why would they shut that down?
I have no idea what they do. Because I guess
Well, I'm not putting in for them to close that, so.
Yeah, I think it's because the traffic on South Worcester is, you know, they have a police officer at that end telling them up here not to let any more people go because they can't get anybody, I don't know.
Oh, it would have, yeah, if you're coming down South Worcester, I mean, John Scott Boulevard that way,
Okay,
you get to a certain point where they'd have to shut you down, or you're gonna get to that intersection at North and South Worcester.
right, so wouldn't they reroute you to
Actually,
Union
they would-
Street?
They would shut you down right about the Charlie.
Right, Charlie Store.
Charlie Store,
Yeah.
Charlie,
Yeah,
Right, but Union
Fire
Street is a way out of that, and it would take you to Pike Ave or take you down
Yeah.
towards like Sturdy and Bliss and stuff in Attleboro.
yeah, I don't know why they would shut
Yeah.
Union itself down.
going to the left, they don't shut it down, but coming this way, coming,
From Attleboro?
From the Attleboro,
police,
yes.
They're shutting down roads,
yes.
so they're just.
They're just not being nice.
They weren't, yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
know
they're not
why, but I
involved.
told them, I said, no,
That was a
I-
mistake by then. There's no reason to shut down any roads in
No.
Attleboro.
Okay. Any other thoughts on, first of all, does anyone know the guy that owns LJ's? You do?
He's not,
You're on camera.
You're on camera.
he's not, no, he just, he's not a big fan of the parade. He-
No, I know, and I need to reach out to him and,
he- You know, every year he claims he loses a lot of business that day. He has a plethora of complaints that
Same
day.
thing every year.
Yeah.
He can't get in there while the parade's going on anyways. I know he's upset that people can't use it. But as a business person, I'd be out there handing out coupons for people to come next week.
That was suggested to him last year. He was
Yeah.
super jazzed about that idea, but he never
And he
gave
never
us
gave it to- yeah, he
coupons
never gave it to Nicole.
have people throw from the floats.
Yeah.
So that's an option for this year too.
yeah.
No
I
matter
think
what.
you need to reach out to him,
I do, yeah, I'm gonna actually go visit him. Is his name Joel?
Joe. He's a decent guy. It's just-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think if we give
yeah,
him
he's
enough
not like a
time
bad
to-
guy. He still lets us use his parking lot for the
Yeah,
stage.
just
I
not
think he
happy.
just, he does get upset about the business he loses that day, and and he doesn't want any trash in the parking lots from.
Yeah, well, I can't blame him, absolutely.
We were extra vigilant about,
Yeah.
Life Church, yeah.
I think we all went over there.
Life Church has offered to give us, they think, up to 30 volunteers to help with
That
cleanup.
was one of my suggestions
Yeah.
for the Halloween parade is we need more volunteers and we need to start assembling them sooner than we did last year.
Yeah, when you're getting the people who are coming to the parade, they need to get there sooner, because we had some people who showed up the parade was just about to begin, and they were just pulling in, and you had to move people.
Yeah, and by that
to
time
get
it's like, we don't need you, we needed you.
Yeah.
you know,
Okay, so what time should
20,
they
30 minutes
report?
ago.
What's the best time?
Whenever we.
Yeah, whenever
started,
we
which
end
was
up
like
reporting,
9
I'd
or
say,
something,
yeah.
About 9?
Whatever time we got there, yeah. I
We
don't
need to
remember.
make sure
Usually
people
9:30.
understand how to line floats up.
What time did you
Because
keep
that was an
up?
issue last year.
Noon.
Noon.
Ray's group are very helpful.
Yeah.
They are, they're tremendous.
I think it would
And
be
if you have
beneficial
any
to get Ray or
problems-
somebody from Ray's group in here, like the meeting right prior, and we all go through how the parking should flow or how the setup should flow for each parking lot.
And we have done
'Cause there
that
was
in years
none.
previous. Ray's
Yeah.
sat in the meeting before.
And just got a full
Yeah,
rundown.
That's a good idea. You know,
Okay.
I wouldn't change that.
Good.
And as people are, if I had a problem, I would just go over, and they came and they, especially with the Wheaton people who had their truck going, their thing going that way, and they had a van that they were taking, I said, get everything out of that van and put it on, because we have people coming in. But, he went over there and he talked to the guy that was driving the truck and told him to get in
Out.
certain terms, to get the truck, turn it around, because there was no place for these other trucks and things couldn't come in because they had to turn their and it wasn't a small thing, but they need to,
Okay, I will let them know
assemble that before
before they
get it
arrive.
there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Were they the only ones that did that?
I think
Okay.
so.
I mean, there were other people decorating their floats, but they were in line.
But
They
at
were
least
in
they
their
were in
spot. They were
line
just
and they
adding-
were heading in
yeah.
a proper
Yeah,
direction.
I mean, there was like more pickup trucks that were
Yeah.
doing that, more, not this gigantic flatbed truck.
Okay.
And for the staging at 1440, it was an issue having walkers practicing their batons and their dancing and stuff too, because they would spread out for personal space because they needed it with flying batons, and that made it difficult to get vehicles around them safely. So walkers should probably be advised to not rehearse in the parking lots at the staging areas.
Or if they're going to go to like,
Going to a
a
corner.
non-paved
Designated
area.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go someplace else.
Go somewhere where there's not cars.
Yeah.
So how many of Parks and Rec people are at each staging area?
2 to 3. There was last year because we didn't have anybody, so
Yeah.
it was 2,
Last year was about
2 in Oasis.
I had,
2 in
3
1440.
LJs, yeah.
Well, so just Parks and Rec people, it was 2.
Yeah,
We
2.
had a NEMA guy with us, so it made like 3.
And there were three of Ray's guys were there.
Yeah.
There's one up in the front, one in the back.
Yeah,
And we all went everywhere.
yeah.
Like I had 20,000 steps that day. So whatever you did for Founder's Day, you'll do it again.
Great.
I know you're stoked.
Okay.
Should get that golf cart. Whose golf cart was that?
That is VFW.
Oh,
Gary. I wonder if he will have a float. Maybe he will.
yeah.
He could put the golf cart in the, so Paul Feeney, who is one of our representatives, state representatives, is coming in a golf cart. And he's going to get it all jazzed
Jazzed
up.
up.
Dave. They weren't in the parade last year, but they were in the parade the year before.
Who's that?
Jay Barrows.
Barrows, yeah. I have not heard from him.
I wouldn't be surprised if those two were in contact, because I've found that like in the past 2 years, they talk to each other and they agree to both do it, or they
Yeah,
agree to
they are
both not
both,
do it. Yeah.
they are both doing it.
Okay.
It's Howitt that
Yeah.
I have not heard from, but I did invite them. And so,
We still do the Mr. Mayor thing?
Peter will forever be the honorary mayor of Norton. So, we don't know that anyone would ever have the heart to take it away from him. He's
Yeah.
very proud of that, and
Last year, instead of that, we tried to do a pet voting thing. It was in a similar manner to the mayor thing, but it didn't. Time was
Yeah, we-
short.
we
it
can't
didn't
do
really
the-
go well.
Nobody's gonna run against him.
No.
Yeah.
It's-
no,
Just curious.
yeah.
Could make him
Mayor Emeritus is
I know,
that what
you
was suggested?
emeritus, mayor emeritus.
He has business cards.
Yeah,
No way.
Oh,
yeah.
Either that, or
He's
just,
not-
if you wanted to do some sort of fundraising thing, instead of doing the mayor, do the marshal of the parade.
Yeah, but that's actually done at Founder's Day, right? It's part of Founder's Day, and then the winner gets to do the parade.
Right.
Correct?
How it was.
Yes, you're giving me those eyes, Mark Sweeney.
I don't remember anything like that.
Yeah, I thought it was part of leading up to Founder's Day,
I thought it was just Halloween.
and that the winner gets to be the mayor. I mean, lead the parade.
I remember that being part of Founder's Day. But it was separate. It was separate. It was
Yeah.
like an online thing or something.
Yeah, it had an online component, because it's a big fundraiser, so,
With votes, but it wasn't tied in with Founder's Day. But anyway, that doesn't matter.
I thought they announced the winner. Anyway, we'll have to channel Sonia from Greece.
He had an additional idea.
She did, to have a Royal Lancer.
Yeah.
And same idea, but to have a different title so that Peter could retain his title.
Yeah.
And, but logistically, we just didn't have time to pull it off. So that might be something, because it's actually over a series of months. It's not something that's done, because it's fundraising and then people vote and,
Yeah, it's more involved.
It could be the town crier.
got a lot of those.
Guys driving around.
You do that too.
So thanks to Roach Brothers, we are the very happy recipients of many, many Halloween decorations that you can see in there.
All of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you get that,
So,
how do you do that? 'Cause
I took care of it.
yes, yes. Audrey and I took care of
I
it.
forgot about that.
Yes.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. We waited for you for 2 hours in the
you
pouring rain. Where is
You have
Mark?
my phone, you have my phone.
So we did do that. So with all of these decorations, the question comes up, should Parks and Rec have a float?
That's just one more thing.
This is one more thing to do
Well-
on a day you
You know,
already
then you got
busy.
volunteers that you're already short on,
Yes.
that have to be at certain locations,
Yes.
and now you gotta have,
Well,
No.
the float would,
But doesn't,
it would be done ahead of time. I'm
doesn't
sorry.
the senior center have a float?
I don't know,
Because if they do, we could probably decorate it.
maybe.
People in wheelchairs sitting there.
So my thought was that we would not staff the float, that we would have the selectmen or offer it to the selectmen, because it is a distance and
They wouldn't have to walk.
they wouldn't have to walk. Maybe some of them would want to, maybe some of them would want to be on the float.
we've got new selectmen now, younger.
Wow, wow.
I'm gonna hold
That
it
was,
down,
that
Bob.
was too easy, Bob, that was just, that was only because it was lined up for
Some
him.
things never change.
That's right.
Some people never change.
Well, I went the distance for you.
Okay, so I'm,
Selectmen always walk, I don't think they've always walked.
Maybe they
But we
want
could
to.
offer it up to
I
them.
mean, you've got, who's on that?
I don't know, I remember them being in a truck throwing stuff at me.
Did you ever talk, did you ever?
You. I don't know, did you ever walk?
I would like to give them an option.
Yeah, I did.
I would like to give them an option of having either on the float or maybe in a classic car, to give the selectmen the option of walking or riding, depending on
So, 6 of them, because you'd have to have the town manager there too, right?
if he'd like, certainly. Obviously, 5 would not,
Witch on his lap.
I could say we can assist, but I don't think we should be owning one. Just
Okay.
one more thing, because we're gonna be.
Yeah, that's a
logistically-
busy
That's
day.
like if we ran something at Founder's Day, I'm just trying to think
like a booth.
Like a booth? Like we do?
We had our own, I know you were there, and you know, you had, well, you had somebody that had to man it 10 hours, but.
You
know,
saying
say-
I couldn't drive a trailer, Mark?
No, I didn't say it, but I mean, if we had like our own food vendor's booth, you know what I mean? Now-
That's next year.
Could.
Yeah.
We just have-
We're going to be pouring
we just need
beer.
more people. We just need more people.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just it.
It's all
Yeah.
about people.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So, not sounding like it's a very enthusiastic thing. Okay.
Logistically, what do we get out of it though? I mean,
Well, I don't know, we just had the decorations, and I thought it would be a nice thing to do. When we talk about the Halloween bash or whatever, we can certainly use them there.
Well, you can dress up as a flounder. I'm just kidding.
okay, Burgess Jr. Dave ran the like.
No name calling. Okay.
Behave yourself, boy.
Yes. Okay, so we will try to get
Yeah, that was good.
Fun, huh?
That was good.
That was good.
Okay. So we are doing sponsorships, and we will have a banner similar to what Carol and Mark carry for the Veterans Parade. But it will be for Halloween. And I need suggestions on banner carriers. That sounds crazy, but I'm having a hard time coming up with 2 people to carry the banner and
They
lead
can
the
walk
parade.
Distance, yeah.
Did we have them carry last year? Didn't we put them on the float where Peter was on?
I didn't know Peter was on a float. I told Peter he was
Yeah.
walking.
No.
He was on Witten's float, Steve Wood. How do you say that?
But
Witten?
what, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I thought that the sponsorship banners were on a float the previous
They were
couple
on
years.
Selectmen's float, we threw something on the,
Yeah, they've
So the
always been put
selectmen
on
had a float. You just told me the selectmen walk.
well, I mean, there
Brad
was some-
Bramwell had a golf cart.
there was
Okay.
something
Always had a
there.
golf cart.
Oh, he has a golf cart, okay.
He does. And some of the selectmen walked, and then some of them rode.
There was, there was something small, it was
There's
like
somebody
3
else
feet
that
high, I
has a
forget what
golf
it
cart
was.
too. Who was the?
Gary Cameron,
Yeah.
VFW.
I think they walked with a, golf cart with a trailer or something. There was something this high, you know what I mean?
Who's this, the selectmen? Or are you talking about?
We had a banner that we put around.
Well, I have a banner. I don't know if it's from Nicole or if it's from pre-Nicole.
Oh, what's this? The pictures from last year. Sorry.
Do you have them? Well, let me.
I do. There's like
Okay.
500 pictures in the folder.
Oh, my
Let me
goodness.
go through what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Because they were complaining that they lost the banner the year before, so we had to grab the banner.
Well, this is the banner I found in the closet. I don't know if this was from last year.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's
Or
from last
from-
year.
Yeah, well, see that, A+.
A+ Homes, that's Stevie Witten's company they had the float.
Yeah.
It's a nice banner.
Peter was
So this
on
was
the
wrapped
A+
around something?
banner.
Probably hung on the trailer.
Yeah, so the.
Is the trailer this wide?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it went around, it didn't
Probably on the
go,
side of it.
it wasn't
Like
like,
this.
Yeah. So I was thinking it would be nice to have a pole put through here since we have a pole. And to have 2 people
Starts
so that it, obviously, we need to change a few things. Norton Media Center has sponsored us for this year. It would be the 27th. Yeah, so this is from last year. It's a nice banner. Let's, show it off, right? It won't cost much to edit,
Can't you have the selectmen carry it? If they did it last year.
Well, it was wrapped on something.
It was on a float.
Got that open?
somehow we wrapped it around somebody's trailer or something like that.
So it was obscured. It wasn't,
Yeah, it was in a U shape, it wasn't, you should see the pictures.
Just looking.
She's still looking.
I don't know if Witten had the trailer.
He does.
I don't know who we would get to carry that. It's like a long,
Well, it's the same thing, it's like myself and Carol did
High school
it
kids?
Memorial Day.
yeah, but that's not,
Maybe.
it's not that
I
long.
mean, You're gonna lose, again, you're gonna lose 2 people.
I don't want to lose
No, no, no,
from
wouldn't
this
be
group.
us.
I would like to get 2 volunteers connected to the town to walk with it, which is why I
I mean, you could see if Peter wanted to walk with it, Peter and somebody else,
You wanna walk behind it.
but he's gonna wanna be on a float, I would
Yeah,
think.
Yeah, he's gonna wanna,
He had
He
like
was,
the
that's what he was
whole
doing, he was on
Yeah.
the float, it was Witten's float, or the,
yeah, if he's happy to do that, that's fine.
he was thrilled.
But I would need, I'm looking for someone to, do you have the pole, by the way, or the pole is not downstairs, right? You have the pole.
Sure, I must have.
I think you do. Okay. Just looking for suggestions on 2 people who make sense to do it.
I don't see.
My neighbors did it before, they,
Who are your neighbors? The Wrens?
no, Shades, the Shades, but I mean, they're all,
Halloween banner.
it's back.
I was
Because
having
actually, there was
Boy
a
Scouts.
banner like that, Sherry had a banner that said,
That would have been at the
Mayor of
beginning of the
Norton.
parade. and
Okay, yep,
probably when Peter won for,
first time.
first time, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 girls walked, and so you need some of the kind of, what I'm getting at is high school kids.
Yeah, you need somebody
That
young.
wouldn't feel,
Mm-hmm.
that self-conscious. You know what I mean, that you can just go out there.
It's a long walk,
It's a
too.
long walk, and you get everybody
Yeah.
looking at you, blah, 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 blah.
So So I don't know how many photos of that
It's a long
banner.
walk, you'd almost
So
need a
wherever it
few
was, it
people and they
was
could
not where I
switch
was.
off. Like if it was a group of high school people, there were 6 of them, they could all walk together and then keep switching off.
Yeah, that'd be great. Maybe we could get,
Or
you
maybe
know,
Boy Scouts,
like,
a couple of Boy Scouts.
that's an idea, the Scouts.
Boy Scouts had a trailer last year.
Yeah. I think they do have a float, yes.
They do.
Couple of weekend
Maybe we
kids.
could have, I don't know, the girls' volleyball team, for example, in the front holding it, and you're right, we could switch them
Switch 'em
off or
off, so it
something like
doesn't-
that. At least
not
it's got a
holding it.
connection to the town. So to be on the banner, it's a sizable sponsorship, so I think we really should have it prominent to lead off in fairness to the businesses that are supporting. Did you put it back on the counter? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just to support them. Okay.
But the high school president, you know, for the class, senior class.
Student council,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
High school
Give them
students who need
volunteer hours.
Take care of these kids that have need hours.
Okay. Okay, that's good. All right. And I'm still looking for a couple of sponsors. As I said, Norton Media Center has sponsored us, which we greatly appreciate. Any other suggestions? A Plus Home? I don't want to keep going back to Horizon.
New England
because-
Ice Cream sponsored us 2 years ago, and then last year their ice cream truck was broken down, so they didn't participate or sponsor, so.
I was told they've gotten rid of that truck. That
Yeah.
they- Yeah, but I can certainly send them a letter asking if they
Yeah,
want to
not last year, but the year
sponsor.
before, they were a sponsor of the Halloween parade.
Yeah.
Do we have a letter or something that's going out? I can forward it to Halifax International again. Because I don't think they've ever sponsored us for anything.
Okay. Yeah, they were not on, I don't think they were on my list.
'Cause I know we weren't able to get them for Founder's Day, so.
Maybe, sure. It's worth a shot, it's just a letter.
The worst
I know.
they could do is say no.
Do you happen to have an email address, or do you have, is it going to be
No,
snail mail?
Get one, that's from my neighbor.
That'd be good.
She'll be delighted.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Our sponsors.
Okay.
What about Lion? A Lion, the drug.
Oh, I did send it to them. I've had absolutely no luck with them since coming to this department. Al-Nilam.
We give them enough tip.
We tried with them last year with the Halloween parade. Did they come through for Founder's Day?
I want to reach out to Pole Design, which is the company that's doing the industrial park.
Polar Design?
Yeah.
I don't know them. You'll reach out to them, you said?
I will, it's starting September 1st.
Okay, it's good timing.
So what are you looking for, just whatever?
No, to be on the banner, to lead off the parade. They get to have their float first, or in the front, if they so choose. They get placement on the website and Facebook, and we charge $500 for that.
And they get our
What if they don't
undying
want to
love
float,
and
they can
affection.
just donate?
Yeah, absolutely. They don't have to, if they want to float, it would be at the beginning, near the beginning if there's more than one, but it's, that's optional. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I don't remember.
Oh geez, okay.
Oh, they also get our undying love and affection. It was super important.
Okay. And, so this is just pie in the sky, or any more on Halloween parade before we switch gear?
Do you have any, do you have a rain date?
No, we're not gonna do a rain date. Apparently, they don't do a rain
We don't.
date. That's
We
what
don't.
I'm told.
We never have.
So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine?
It rained the past 2 years.
drizzly,
Yeah,
It rained last year and
Saturday
it rained the year
last
before.
And then it was beautiful on Sunday, so let's keep that luck going.
It's like a light sprinkle and then
There
it moves
was
on.
one
That's
time it
how it's
snowed.
been, yeah.
I've been
Oh,
Wow.
Don't
Yeah.
utter the S word around here.
No, it snowed, but it wasn't snowing that day, but it snowed.
It was snow
night
on the
before.
ground, yeah.
That was,
Pleasant, I'm sure.
Poured on the Saturday
Nice and
before
warm.
last year, and then we woke up on Sunday. It was sunny and everything was damp, but nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 8+ homes.
Oh, you do?
I have last year's parade right there on video. So.
I do believe it's copyrighted and you're in violation.
No, it's not. It's on YouTube.
Look at the selectmen, because the guy that the guy that won the dog contest, he was walking with the selectmen. And we took that banner, if he's still looking for the banner.
I'm not sure what he's looking for.
I think he's just watching TV.
But who is the person who walked with the
For
selectmen?
that banner on
Yeah.
8+ homes in Strela, but I don't see it.
No, I think it was on
it was on
something
the
else.
back.
It was on somebody else's?
I can't remember.
No, I can see the back.
I don't remember. It was not.
There's the Norton
In that lot.
Selectmen's float.
Yeah.
They did have a float last year.
Look for it on the back of that.
Well, why would you put a banner on the back of something?
We had
Because as
put
it
on
goes
the
by,
last
you can
second.
see it.
We had no.
Yeah, but they're looking at what's coming, not at what's going, usually. I mean,
But it's
Got
that
a
big.
tip to improve for this year.
no, I'm talking, it's not
Wait, put it
us,
somewhere.
it's the, you know.
A lot of stuff was last minute last year.
Put it on or help.
Boom, boom, boom. What is that, staple gun onto the car? Boom, boom,
Again, I
boom.
can't remember how we did it. I know I brought tools and gave it to the guy that had the float.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw him again. I was at the end waiting for the guy to come and I just never saw him. And so all these tools that I bought like that day or.
And they're all gone?
They donated.
I can't
Nice
remember who it
donation.
was. Hey, do this. Let me do this real quick. You know?
You're not in charge of anything important this year.
I'm just gonna watch.
No, we need more than that.
Go to Michelle's Corner Store and just go.
We have sold a vendorship to a company that is going to sell popcorn, bags of popcorn and cotton candy
That day.
that day, yep. He has a cart and he's gonna walk along the edge.
Because you're gonna have those bandit guys going up and down anyway, selling.
The what?
So she wasn't in this conversation last year. This was like a big topic last year. There's random people that just show up
Yeah,
and start selling their goods.
they'll bring the shopping cart and it'll be packed.
Yeah.
This high.
Yeah.
With
and-
what?
Like the
With all like the
novelty
tchotchke crap. Yeah.
Swords
And they'll light up
Toys,
things
light up
and,
Guns,
Yeah.
the snaps that they throw at the ground.
One of them fell over.
all the stuff that only New England
Because
novelty
it's
can sell at
So
Founders
windy.
Day. These are all,
But it's not New England novelty,
Right.
because they
No.
told me they don't do Halloween.
yeah, they have something.
But
So-
it's people like them, we call them bandits, they
Yeah.
just show up.
Yeah.
Because it's an open road,
They just-
there's no jurisdiction, you can't
Yeah.
throw them out.
yeah.
So that's why you're selling, I don't wanna say, you're selling something,
Well, then I need to not charge him.
yeah.
He needs to get a Board of Health permit because it's food,
That's it. So these
yeah.
guys are just selling.
yeah.
Toys.
Yeah.
But,
tchotchkes.
okay, so I will just tell him he's allowed to come.
And then the store on the corner,
What, Michelle's
no,
store on the corner? Which corner?
on Oasis,
Okay,
no, on the street.
yeah, that
Yeah,
liquor
we
store?
just have to make sure, I just have to make sure that I ask the guy to move his car before we start lining people up. Because he always parks on
The side,
the side.
yeah.
So he was very accommodating, so I'll ask him first. One thing we do have a problem with is people pulling, well, I'm just dropping off. I said,
No,
no.
no.
That's what, they wanted to drop off, especially if they're dropping off 5, 6, 7-year-old kids, because their group is down at post, not the post 440, but I mean, the
Fitness
fitness
point.
1440, whatever. So these little 5 or 6-year-olds are literally walking down Pleasant Street. Sometimes I just say, you know, how old is this kid? When he's young, I just let him go down that road, because I have that corner where I wasn't supposed to let anybody down. But, you know, there was no one to watch the kid get down to the
So a parent drops off a 5-year-old and says, go find your friends?
The group
Yeah.
that they were meeting with
Yeah.
Is in that parking lot.
was in that parking lot. And the kid's already late, and it's like, it's gonna take him 20 minutes to go all the way up Richardson Ave, come down North Worcester and whatever else, when it's 100 yards in front of you, but there's 1,000 people going every which way. And so I'd say, like, how old is this kid? Yeah, just go there real quick.
Well, maybe so here's an issue. If we have anyone, I was gonna say we should designate either, Wheaton has promised volunteers and so has Life Church. If we were to designate those volunteers, a couple of each, to take care of this problem. The problem is they have to be quarried. If they're gonna be no, I'm sorry, but if they're gonna be dealing with children, I know, but I don't set the rules, but they would have to be quarried. The volunteers.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, if you just want to query the whole group, that's fine, but, because then you assign, because all we're doing is, then you're just walking the kids,
They're just
literally like 100 yards from the Granite Place, whatever you want to call that at the corner.
Bedrock?
Down, yeah, the Bedrock there, down to the 4th.
To LJ's? On 1440 over that, the outside.
123, heading toward Attleboro, they stop, and they go,
They're giving me a headache and I don't even know who these
oh, that's
people are.
Madness Corner there.
Yeah.
Because now you got people coming in from Attleboro, because the road's still open, and they want to go down that road, it's like, no, well, where do I go? Or go further down to North Worcester, at Michelle's and take a left, if it's still open, I don't know, you know?
Yeah, so like that all comes into play when we actually start planning out who goes where.
Where.
Because who goes where in the parade determines who goes to what staging area, which then determines
How they get
our
there.
foot and vehicle traffic.
So now it sounds like you're gonna have, the little kids have to be close to 123. and
Yeah.
not
Back in that
at
corner.
1440, you know?
So they need to go to LJ's, is the little
For
kids.
this meeting though.
And that's, LJ's is the beginning of the route, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Depends on-
Okay.
I guess you now, if you don't have any specific reason of why you put them at LJ's or the Oasis or 1440, then now maybe you do it by age, so that the kids can be dropped off and not have to do that.
The only thing about LJ's is you gotta be cognizant about
The float.
the floats, because behind LJ's, there's
The clearance.
there's clearance, height requirements.
Okay, that's another thing, but I'm just talking about, you know,
Yeah, I know, but what I'm worried about is if we're gonna put little kids at LJ's, but the little kids group they're with has a float that's too big for the parking lot of
We'll have
LJ's,
to-
and what are you gonna do, you
we'll have
know?
to Figure that out too, but I'm saying,
Right.
Because traditionally, Fitness 1440's been where the, floats, we could put floats there, because we had, it's wide open space.
Yeah.
Well, anybody that has a float with kids, we have to just make sure that, to let them know they have to be there on time. You know,
Right.
when the float gets there, because if they
So-
come late,
yeah.
But as much as you say that,
Yeah, that's-
everybody's not gonna be on time, so that's,
Have we
we have
done
to
the
figure out a
sign-up
better.
forms for the floats yet?
No.
No.
Okay. We may want to make them really specific to make organizing it easier, which is not necessarily for this meeting, because we're already at an hour and 36 minutes. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So this should probably be shifted to the Halloween Parade Committee meetings.
Yeah.
This particular.
Yeah,
Take notes, but this should particularly be addressed with.
we have
the
to come up with a
next
better
parade.
plan.
Yeah, so this is the kind of thing I was asking about that didn't work well and what we need to
Yeah.
kind of,
Oh,
Yeah,
don't, stuff will come out. Like, everything around how
Okay.
we lay out the parade is going to affect how the day goes, which is, I think, what we're all saying.
okay.
And Nicole
So,
pointed out last
Mr.
year-
Salvo, I don't see you down here for Halloween, is that true?
You didn't see me there.
I don't see you there.
I'm undecided what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I
Okay.
can drive my float and,
You can drive your float. Well,
I'm not sure. I still might do both.
okay. So since I don't have all of your forms, if I don't have your form and you want to be in the Halloween committee, please let me know right now so I can, Carol, Michael,
I always do that Halloween.
okay.
For you.
Okay, but you signed up, right? Okay. Janice, can I put you down on the Halloween committee?
I'm not around that
I'm
weekend.
passive.
But you can still be part of the planning.
Oh, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that was not a nice noise. Not nice.
Sounds great on the TV.
Okay. Last question. So I will set up a meeting. I'm out for the next couple of days, but I will set up a meeting for soon for Halloween because gotta get things planned here. I didn't get a form from you either, but you're down for this. Yes, I've already added you. Okay.
Everything.
You're yes to everything, okay.
No, you got some no's there.
I do have a conflict for the Halloween that day.
What, the goblin's gonna get you?
Must be his birthday.
What is it?
I'm looking for a handyman.
What?
For a handyman. There's a couple of little tiny things that have to be done over at ELP, and so I'm looking for a recommendation. Does anybody know of anybody? You know, you can't get someone to do little things.
You meant to like a professional, not like somebody who just knows how to use tools.
Well, maybe. So I have the lifeguard chair. They actually have duct tape on it. It needs probably 8 screws to go through it's wooden, you know, to go through there. And I need to make, there's a bird's nest in one of the windows, and one of the birds, little hatchlings, fell out of the nest and into the toilet, and so we need to patch that. I'm sorry, the things I've had to deal with, you have no idea. We need to get the nest out and have the opening blocked, so that way it doesn't happen again. You know, like little tiny things. So, anyway.
Drowned the bird.
I did not drown anything. I like animals.
It was still fluttering.
No.
I'll take care of it.
No. I have a bigger project for you.
I'll fix it. That's really minor. What else you got? Yeah.
Well, I have some swings that need to be, I have new pieces to go in them, which I can show you later. But, yeah.
As long as the pool's gonna close, right?
The pool is closing on Monday.
Labor Day?
Labor Day is the last day, yes. We have rentals that go on, but, in September, but the pool will be closed at one, so, yes. Yes, so.
So
You had to close the pool earlier because of triple leave?
We've closed earlier at night,
Yeah.
yes. So we've been closing at 6 instead of 7. And,
Did anybody complain about that?
no, not yet.
So all of you that have been around here in the 80s, right? You all lived here in the 80s?
No.
No? How many lived in Norton in the 80s?
I was born in the 80s.
Oh, my God.
So back.
Me too.
Back in the 90s, early 90s, when I was on the recreation board, they would fill that pool.
Why didn't you?
No.
That pool was twice the size of what it is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
So
It's actually pretty small.
we
Yeah.
got a company to come in and, well, it was my company, come in and we made a pool inside a pool.
Now, why was that?
Why was that?
If you
Yeah.
did-
Because it was all rotted and crumbling.
Oh,
And you would have had a
So we had to
sinkhole.
rebuy the whole pool all over again, re-pour new walls in there.
You would have had a sinkhole,
And
right?
believe me, when I tell you this, the whole job at that time was $7,700.
wow.
That's to fix the pool and put all the concrete around it. You'll never be able to do that today, ever.
No.
They would fill that in. I think the pool's still in good shape. I
Yeah.
mean,
It is, it is.
a couple minor things, but it was, I think there's some pictures laying around somewhere of what it looked like back in the late 80s. It was horrible. Just fill it in. Oh, we're not gonna fill it
No,
in.
no.
Wow.
We saved it.
Well,
And the handicap thing came at that time too, that's the chairlift.
the pool did pay for itself this year, which is good. The signs helped, selling the signs. I'm gonna start a little earlier next year to try to sell the signs. I'd also like to put some signs at Tricentennial Park, because as I did my annual report, that is actually one of the busiest places in this town. So we can sell some signs, especially for things geared towards little kids. It's a, you know, we got the fence.
There's a lot of things that can happen at this place, but it needs money.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that could be self-supporting itself. I mean, number one is, I could just go on and on for hours, but I don't want to. But if you had that summer program open up there to swimmers for, you know, whatever, you buy a pass for the year, whatever. If you have a concession stand there too, that people can eat during the day, or
Right.
whether it's small, you know, hot
Yeah.
dogs and hamburgers and soda or whatever. I mean, there's a lot that goes along with it. You need people and you need money.
Absolutely.
We had the Army Corps of Engineers in the town. It was gonna level off that whole field. They were gonna do so much there. We had one gentleman, thank you, Anna, went down, kicked them off the town. They didn't wanna get into a pissing contest between committees. So, it was just too bad. But I wonder if the Army Corps will come back. They do
I don't know what they do, but we have to
Yeah.
see. We need to now start promoting it to the public so that we have people there to buy from these vendors. But they have, I'm hoping Gridiron Grill will be there to sell food. There's picnic tables, people to eat at. There's swings and a playground for kids, and they offered to set up like a volleyball net and just have some recreation there so the parents can shop and the kids can play and kind of have it as a real family kind of day. So, need good weather and we need people, so please promote it. Right now we're gonna get some signs made and waiting for permission to put signs on the common. And that's it. So, before we close, any other thoughts, comments, things to talk about? No? Okay.
I think
All
you
right.
did a super job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you all for coming. Greatly appreciate it. I will send out an invitation for the Halloween committee, and I will get some dates for our Tuesday quarterly meetings so we can put those on the calendar. So thank you.